I'm Kamal Singh. I work for ICICI Bank, and it is my pleasure and it's also a great opportunity to interact with you on this platform. First of all, I would like to thank all the SME members who have registered on this program, and I understand there are almost 120 to 150 business leaders who have cared about hearing to me and hearing to ICICI Bank with the help of CII. Something on the SME. Okay. See, what is happening over a period of time is that the SME space has gained a lot of prominence in the building up of the economy. So as to say, whenever I look upon a big corporate or a large enterprise, whether it is a PSU, government-owned, or a private corporate, I see a complete setup of SMEs around it. So no corporate, no PSU, no government is complete without the support of the SMEs. To give you an example, the kind of a prominence you have in the economy, you are almost contributing 33% of the GDP. So let's say if India's GDP is somewhere around $3 trillion, almost 33% of it is being contributed by you. 45% of manufacturing output is controlled by SME segment. 40% of the exports. India exports around $300 billion worth of its product and services. Out of that, 40% is being contributed by the SMEs. There are 26 million units. You are a great employer to the Indians. Almost 6 crore people are getting employment with you, and these are direct. There can be many indirect also. You practically manufacture and service almost 6,000 products, which covers the entire gamut or the entire space of the common man. 32% in manufacturing sector you have a contribution, and 68% in the service sector. And this is one segment we have been hearing about the slowdown in the economy for the last 5-6 years. Neither the corporates are doing well, nor the mid corporates are doing well. And we have been hearing stories about, and we have also been reading about the slowness in the economic growth. But this particular segment had risen and grown almost 10% over a period of in the last 2-3 years' time. Okay. So these are the numbers. Typical SME numbers, wherein the growth pattern is shown, and for all practical purpose, the government emphasis, the corporate emphasis, the banking emphasis has been on the SME sector, because we understand this is the backbone of the economy. CII does not need any kind of an introduction when it comes for speaking up for the industry, whether it is corporate, whether it is SME, their common problems, and the representation to the government. I understand the CII is an organization which has been very pivotal. As I said, it needs no introduction. The CII has also started, and they have been also facilitating the financing for the SME sector, and they have been doing it through the roadshows, seminars, webinars, various academies, and also joining hands with various banks. And ICICI Bank has this privilege of exclusively tying up with them and working along with them. The estimates of various studies and all is that the financing need for this particular sector is almost $650 billion. And it would be an understatement if I say that the lack of the credit has been the major impediment in terms of growth of SME. Though there are almost 100 nationalized banks, private and the foreign banks, there are almost 300 plus schemes for MSME for accessing finance. There is a huge demand supply gap which is existing in the market. There is various studies, and it says that 32% of the projects which are submitted by MSME do not get cleared by the financial institution for various reasons. Coming to further on the CII, I understand they have been managing this piece very well. They have been giving advisory services, guidance, support to SMEs, and we have seen a very good response. Whenever there is a body like CII who is taking up the cause of the SME, we can be rest assured that the things are going in and moving in the right direction. So coming to ICICI Bank, everybody of us have seen ICICI Bank in some form or other. Either we have taken some facility, or we have a current account, or we have some kind of a business loan from this organization. But in order to understand more on ICICI Bank, we typically have been an organization who have focused on SME very well for the last many years. The ICICI Bank focus is very prominent, and it is very obvious in the kind of support we have been giving to the SME and the kind of a book we have in the SME. Just telling you what I will be covering today. I'm going to give you a view on the ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank, being a technology bank, we have been doing a lot of innovations. I will be telling you about some of the products which will ease up your operation or the way you work in the daily life for the finance. I will also be talking about the various trade finance facilities and the lending solutions which we have offered, have on offer to you and also to the mid and small medium enterprises. I will be specifically talking about the corporate link business, wherein the small traders have been given the specific facility on the basis of the corporate comfort. I will also be talking about the secured lending product, which we call SME Empower, which has been branded as SME Empower, because we understand that the small trader, small manufacturer, MSME client may not be having a great balance sheet. Then how the bankers or how the customers can leverage their collaterals and get a proper funding at a very good rate. I will also be talking about the commodity-based funding, basically in agri to our brothers in the rural market who have been doing the agri processing, agri trading, various RTRs, mandi operators who would be keen to know about these commodity-based funding. And I have specifically something on the gold loan. A lot of our jeweler brothers, I understand, because India actually consumes almost 1,000 tons of gold every year, and every family would have their pie in the gold. So there is a very brisk business as far as gold business is happening all across the jewelry segment. So this is one product I would be talking about. I understand I do have a limitation on time. That is the reason these are the key areas, the key product I would be focusing upon. So something on ICICI Bank to begin with. We have a footprints in 19 countries. We have almost 4,000 branches, 12,000 ATMs, and we have an asset which goes up to $6,000 billion. Group companies are ICICI Prudentials. We have heard because ICICI Prudential is a leader in the life segment, in the insurance business. Then we have a AMC company, asset management company. We have a ICICI Lombard GIC. This is for the non-life business. ICICI Securities is a kind of an advisory and also manages the private wealth. ICICI Security Primary Dealership. This is basically a company wherein the trading and the marketing group comes into the picture. ICICI Home Finance Company. We are the largest mortgage player in the country, or you can say one of the biggest mortgage company, because lot of individuals take the home finances from us. So we have a company by the name of ICICI Home Finance Company. ICICI Venture is a fund which invests into growth-oriented company, gives them the seed capital, gives them the growth capital in order to become big. And ICICI Foundation is a CSR activity for ICICI Bank, wherein we fund NGOs, we fund low-income housing corporations and with various products, and we do a lot of studies which do have a social impact. So we are the largest private sector bank in terms of total assets and the market capitalization. We are almost 6,461 billion is our total assets as on March 2015. We have 11,000 crore rupees of PAT in 2015. We are the first Indian financial institution listed in NYCE, that is New York Stock Exchange. And these are the things which I have already talked about. In order to give the customer its preference, our working time is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the select branches are operating between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and also on Sundays. So this goes on to show that in whatever be the timing, whatever be the place, we would not like to miss upon the interacting with the client. This is our footprints globally. In most of the countries, we have our footprints either in the form of subsidiary or representative office or an overseas branch. Very recently, when our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, is in China on his official visit, he has opened up a branch in Shanghai. So this is very latest. So we are very keen in terms of adding on these nations to us, because we understand that the Indians are either doing business with them or the other countries are doing business with you. So a lot of my SME clients who have been importing very heavily from China and Chinese market, I understand having a branch in Shanghai is going to help us. To just tell you that ICICI Bank has been always pioneer in terms of technology. We have been able to bring technology on the forefronts, on the mobile, on the internet, and we take a pride in being a technology bank. So something which we have given as an ease of operation to our clients is the corporate internet banking. This is a particular platform wherein you can do various transactions on the internet itself. You will be given your password, your user ID, and as far as you can trade over there, you can do FX online over there, you can hedge over there, you can do all kind of various transactions, whatever is possible on the internet. Most of the clients generally do not visit me in the branches because they find my technologies to be so helpful that they have been conducting most of the operations on the internet itself. So if I have to give you the comprehensive range of the product, ICICI Bank is into the CMS facility, into insurance, we take care of the salary accounts, we take care of the GPC business. GPC business is where my global private wealth client, that means somebody who has got a net worth of more than 10 crore rupees, we will give them the advisory in terms of where to invest and how to invest. We give loans. We have got the largest treasury in the country. We take care of the remittances, forexes, trade transactions, and also the investment banking. Investment banking, in the sense, we are a very good name in terms of investment banking. We have been giving advisory. We have been bringing in the funds. We also have an SME fund of our own. We have ICICI Ventures, who also invest. They are also a fund. So we are very active in this space. So if I have to tell you the complete product suite which we have got, we give the complete general banking services like current account, remittances, fixed deposit, corporate internet banking, escrow services. We have CMS facilities, we have trade facilities where the LCs, bank guarantees, buyer credit, and on the export front, bill collection, export packing credit, remittances are given to my client. Since we assume that whenever a customer comes to us, he does not want to look out in terms of getting single window solution for all his needs. We have various facilities in terms of Forex services, payroll services, investment services, lending solution in terms of fund-based and non-fund-based. And obviously, since if there is a client, if you are my client, then perhaps I will also be giving you the insurance product for your individuals. I will also be giving the insurance product for your stocks, properties, buildings, and if I have to go further, I'll give you commercial vehicle loans, and other commercial loans in terms of home loan and personal loans. To something which I would like to focus upon is that the way the technology, with the help of the technology, how ICICI Bank is changing the very life of an individual or very life of a SME client. I'll give you an example and what we are doing about it, and how we are making things easy. So let's say, for example, everybody of you are in the market. You have many clients, and there is a lot of transactions which are happening between both of you. So you have to collect payment, you have to deliver the services and the goods. So if I have to look at the very typical process of the collection, what happens is the customer generally gives you the cash, check, DD, it comes to you, you put it in the bank, and then what happens is you get a whatever. Then this bank is going to give an MIS report, and what you face is the reconciliation hassles, late realization of the instruments, and fragmented MIS. So this creates a problem for an SME, because you would like to have a seamless operation on this. So ICICI Bank has done something which is very simple, but however very effective for the SME clients. We have developed a platform by the name of EasyPay that enables the institution or an SME to manage collections seamlessly from its customers, or if it is an educational institute, from its students, and if it is a hospital, then from its patients. So, and moreover, the customer need not be wondering where he has made the payment, what has happened to his payment, because everything is very hassle-free and everything is on the online mode. So what we have done is, basically what an SME does, ICICI Bank, with the help of the SME, we take up the complete data from you, so wherein that data will get uploaded, and so all your bills, invoices, dues gets uploaded over there, and your client, by just putting his mobile number, can very well see his invoices over there and the amount which he has to make the payment for. So it is not only for that bill which will be there on the website, which he can pay for, but also he will be able to see his total dues. So this is a very effective instrument which is being taken up by the lot of SMEs, and your clients do not have to do anything. They have to go to their corporate internet banking platform, and they will get to see all the invoices and other things wherein they are transacting for. So, and he can always make this payment either through RTGS. They can give a check. They can go for a net banking. There are various ways by which the payment can be made to you. And what we do in turn is that whatever payments are happening online, we are going to give you a very good MIS on that. That MIS will ensure that there is absolutely no problem in terms of reconciliation, and the transaction between the client and the SME happens very seamlessly. So what we do is basically, this is one step further. Generally, the two hosts, the ICICI Bank host and the association or a hospital or whether it is an SME, we give this connectivity host to host. So whatever there is in your data, we pick up that data and we upload it, and that is how your customer and clients get to know about their dues and the payments which they have to make to you. So this is one platform which is very specifically oriented to SMEs, wherein they can make a use of it. So when I say that we have almost 6,000 branches. Each and every branch, 4,000 branches, pardon me, all these branches are having the capability of serving you, and this platform is available directly to you with the help of the branches. The other services which are very relevant to SME is the cash management services, because I understand you have to collect the cash from a lot of places, a lot of distribution, lot of SME is all about distribution of the product and services. So a lot of cash collection has to happen, and what we see is that this is a very cumbersome process, because you have to have a person who is collecting that cash, and that person has to be a reliable one. Otherwise, he can take away your cash. So this is one platform which we have given. Since RTGS, e-payment, NEFT, ECS, the payment can come through any mode. We also facilitate the check writing facilities, demand draft, pay order. Most of the banks do it, but what we do is the tax payments and all. A lot of SMEs would have these tax liabilities, which are very statutory in nature, and those dates cannot be missed. We facilitate this. We keep on reminding you that these are the dates. We will completely facilitate the whole process of tax payments, challan, and its generation. So this is one particular service wherein a lot of my clients, SME clients, corporate clients, all sort of clients are actually taking the advantage of our tax payment system. We have a dedicated team which works upon it, and the whole process will be facilitated without actually consuming enough time from your side. So apart from that, what we have done is that we have a commercial banking branch. Commercial banking is something which is very transactional in nature. Though we have 4,000 branches with us, what we have done is that we have made 700 branches very specialized in the transaction banking. So they are going to give you the best of the services. They will be kind of an advisory to you, and obviously whatever, if there is any transaction, whichever is possible in terms of finances, they will be able to do it for you. So like some of my branches have been actually doing the advisory. They have been also helping in terms of RBI clearances, ECB clearances, and various transactions which are needed. So obviously LC, BG, buyer credit, Forex, everything is taken care of by these branches. On On the collection side, as I referred that most of you are distributing the product and services for the corporates, and there are a lot of small collections which you have to do across the region. Perhaps this is one product which is going to help you a lot. Since we have almost 5,000 collection points all across the country, and generally the credits are issued on the day basis and also on the realization basis. I think there is a difference in the facility because the assured day basis is a kind of a credit facility, and the whole process is getting captured very well in the MIS, and this helps a lot in terms of collection, which a small corporate or an MSME have to do in his region. So we have various products which generally differentiates from the other products for the reason because of our own strength in terms of collection points and the kind of collaboration which we have done with the correspondent bank. What we have seen is that in order to ensure that a particular channel is given a particular kind of advantage, we have sub-branded these products like iClear Collects, iSwift Collects, and iSpeed Clear Collects. It is nothing but the collection process through the various channels. What we have been also talking about the doorstep banking. I understand the SME, somebody who is a promoter in the company or who is managing affairs over there would not have time to come and spend it in the bank. So all what he actually requires is for the bank to come to his doorstep and help him out. So like daily check pickups, delivery from and to the client location and their dealers, this is what we have been doing. Doorstep banking coverage for cash available at 570 locations. So this is what we have been doing about it. So this is a typical flow diagram of doorstep banking. Customer registers for the doorstep banking services. Operation team enrolls the client. Then agency arrives at the time as requested by the customer. The customer can always gives a particular time to the agency to arrive over there. There we are going to verification of the agent, ID card, checks, scratch cards, and this is how the things move over there. And all this happens in the very strict control of ICICI Bank and with the good regulation of RBI. And we ensure that this process somehow never defeats its purpose of security and the customer confidence. What we have been also doing is that we have been giving the payment solutions to the client, wherein they can always tell us in what form this payment has to be done, and it can very well be customized. This is something which ICICI Bank also understands the hassles of direct taxes, indirect taxes, other statutory taxes, which a client may not be able to keep pace with, and that is how we have this dedicated team which helps you in this particular piece, wherein we provide all kind of services, whether it is TVS, income tax, dividend distribution tax, and various collection, excise tax. So this is what we have been doing. And all this process is online, and an offline mode is also available. So it's a very simplified process, reduces the paperwork. You have the MIS available, you have challan details available, you get You can also receive online acknowledgement of the challan. You can keep it, download it. These are the typical cutoff times for various taxes, which we keep on reminding the customers. Now I'll be talking about the trade finance and the lending solution. This is very important in terms of how an SME or how a particular company is going to operate. Very typical services. Since we are the largest treasury in the country, our foreign exchange, we are the market maker as far as US and USD and INR are concerned. We can do the remittances and hedging solution for almost 23 currencies. So it's not only dollar; it is various other prominent currencies all across the world, wherein we can do the remittances, we can make the payments, and we also have the hedging solutions. And we can handle very large volumes in this. We also have an online foreign exchange rate booking platform. We call it FX Online. You don't have to deal with the dealers. We are going to give you a software on your laptop, wherein you will be able to see the rate and you will be able to hedge or book forwards, looking at the screen itself. So FX inward remittance is very simple in the sense that the bank would see the inward remittance when we see it in the Nastro. We'll inform the customer on the receipt of the remittances and the customer to take FX rate through the channel of choice, whether he can go online or he can contact the dealer or the ICICI Bank official, and we will convert this money and credit in the customer's account. Similarly, for the Forex, which you have to send it across or remit outside, the process is same. You have to send the documents for the outward remittance to ICICI Bank branch. I will give the acceptance of that. You can again book the rates, and the remittances will be made to the customer accounts. So these are the various transaction platform. FX Online is something which gives this facility to the customers directly. Then we have a dealing room kind of a platform which is available. And then obviously for the large order and all, we have the e-platforms. The other services which we provide is the bank guarantees, the various guarantees like financial guarantee, bid bond guarantee, advance payment guarantee, deferred payment guarantees, performance guarantees, because we understand that many of you who are the small contractors or who are working under the large contractors, who are also working with the various authorities, would be needing these services on a very quick time basis, because no amount of time can be lost when these guarantees are to be issued, because it might result into the loss of opportunity. So we are very sensitive about it, and we ensure that these guarantees are issued immediately. So then some of the trade products like import LC, export LC, we also do the LC bill discounting, and buyer and supplier credit, high C sales, merchant trading, and we also collect the import bills, export bills. So all this is what we do. The trade online facility is a facility wherein you need not go to the branch altogether. All these facilities will be available to you on the web, wherein you will be given a user ID and the password. So like all the transaction services like LC, BG issuance, bill acceptance, trade MIS, limit utilization status, notifications, everything can be there online. You can LC, BG can be issued over there. Remittances, bill acceptance, payments, everything can be handled on the trade online basis. So that is a specific facility which is given to our clients.
Trade Connect, yeah, this is one step further where you will be able to view the images of the trade finance documents such as letter of credit, bill, bank guarantee at any point in time. So, in terms of lending, because I have been actually talking about the huge supply demand gap right now in terms of funding to the SME customers. ICICI Bank has come out with some unique products and which we call it corporate link business channel finance. What we realize is that most of the corporates are distributing their products through the dealers, distributors all across the country. These dealers and distributors further distribute the material in their particular area, and that is how the material or the goods and services reaches to the end customer. It's not only limited to the distribution of the goods, even the products and other services like services segment is also distributed in the similar manner. There's a huge if you actually say that, then there are large number of distributors and dealers, retail outlets all across the country, and no corporate, no product and services can be successful unless and until they have the right kind of distribution available to them. Most of the distribution is happening region-wise, and most of them are utilizing their own money, their own capital as a working capital to sustain that business. So we have come across that with the help of the corporate, that we are funding these dealers and distributors of the good corporates, wherein we are giving this specific facility in the form of CC, in the form of OD to you, wherein the payments can be immediately made to the corporate, and in turn, whatever your working capital cycle is, whether it is 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, ICICI Bank give you a credit for that period, and you can make the repayment after the tenor which has been given to you. So this helps in terms of faster rotation of the stocks. This money also helps you in terms of increasing the business, and this is one of the products which a lot of corporates are asking, and there is a huge demand. There is a huge demand from all the dealers and distributors to have this product for the corporate wherever they are dealing in. So it's typically what happens is the corporate is supplying goods, and the corporate in turn would be accepts invoices and delivers checks. And the checks are banked by the corporates and money is realized. So it can be either in the form of check, or there can also be a pull mode, wherein when the corporate is issuing you or raising a bill on you and dispatching the material, there can be a pull mode where they can also take this money with the consent of the distributor. So this is the typical flow diagram between the corporate, dealer and the bank. What corporate does is that it is getting the order from the dealers and distributor. Corporate is also supplying the goods to them. What dealer does is dealer makes a payment to the bank within the stipulated time. And what we do is that we make the immediate payment, whatever the orders have been or the supplies have been made to the dealer. The dealer has to make this payment after a particular time. Dealer has to pay the interest on the utilization which he has made for the various periods for which he is taking the loan. And it is not that he cannot make the prepayment. If he is realizing the money in the market earlier, he can very well make the payments to us and utilize it further in taking the material from the corporate.
So this you can call it is a tenor-based OD facility. It has a defined end use because I am giving this facility specifically for picking up the material from that particular corporate. Because when I'm giving this facility to you, I'm also taking corporate in the loop. It is with their consent that I am approaching you. They will also suggesting your name. They are also going to give me some declaration, some document which includes their recommendation on you. Typically, these products are primarily they are unsecured, and yes, what you have to see is that there has to be a good churning. There should not be any delay, and you have to be one of the key distributor for the corporate, and the corporate has to be AA and minus, double A minus and above. Otherwise, what happens is we generally look for the credit enhancement from the distributor in the form of some security. So the dealers who are going or distributors who are going to be eligible for these corporate programs will be there's a set of parameters on which it is going to be dependent. One is your financials, your business performance with the corporate, the management, credit performance record, your own record with the corporate, because if you are owing something, given some check to the corporate, they should not have bounced. Your credit history should be good, and obviously we are also looking at the clean people to fund. If you have your poor credit score, then there can be issues because the banking system, RBI guidelines, and other things, they want us to only approach the good people with good credit record, because bad credit is actually hurting the good credit right now. The sanctioning process is very simple, because after getting the recommendation from the corporate, we collect the documents from us. These documents are very minimalistic. You take the banking statement, ITR copy, corporate recommendation, net worth statement. We also take your personal guarantee, some photographs, and if you have multiple banking already going on in that firm, that doesn't stop us from giving you the facility, because my facility is specific to the corporate needs and the need of a particular distribution channel. So yes, obviously we will inform them that these are the facilities which are getting availed by you, and you in turn have to ensure that your banker stays with you. So moreover, all this is happening through the corporate internet banking, wherein all the payments, all the transactions are happening on the web. So we have push mode and we have pull mode. So pull mode is nothing where the corporate pulls funds from the dealer account on the basis of your consent, and push mode is wherein transaction is generally initiated by the distributor or the dealer, and then only the fund goes to the corporate. So the corporate, what is the advantage to the corporate is that they get an additional sale. They will get the immediate realization of the sale, shorter working capital cycle, availability of daily MIS for the corporate, and the easy reconciliation of the transactions. So these are the pluses of the corporate. What the dealers and distributor get is you get an unsecured facility, and provided your credit record is good and your association with the corporate is long, and your corporate is also very strong in terms of its credit rating. So then obviously this facility is an unsecured facility. Then you have the additional liquidity for increased takeoff. Obviously you can increase your business And obviously, I don't need any NOC from the existing banking because I am not seeking any kind of a charge on your current asset. These are some big names with whom, though there are almost 150 corporates with whom we have a tie-up. We have a very large book as far as dealer finance and the distributor finance through the corporate link business is concerned. But these are the some of the big names. I'm pretty sure if you name a client or name a corporate, we would be having a program for them. The second piece is the vendor financing. This is also very, very crucial in terms of what we can do for the suppliers to the large corporate. If I look around, if I see Maruti, which is a large car maker, automobile maker, they would have hundreds and thousands of small suppliers who in turn would be supplying to them, which is generally assembled and made into a car. They can be tier 1, they can be tier 2, tier 3. Most of these automobile companies are nothing but they are the assemblers. Though they have given the technology to their to auto component manufacturers in terms of what they want in terms of quality and design, but there is a huge segment of people, huge segment of SMEs who are supplying to tier 1 and to also to the corporates the material which is going and going into the making of the final product. So what happens typically is that these vendors to the large corporate, they have to wait for 60 days to 90 days. Nowadays, the cycle has even extended a little higher, a little on the longer side. They'll have to wait for 90 days in terms of realizing the money. And this puts a lot of stress on the working capital of the SME, working capital of the vendor. So we have this program wherein we are going to give you, with the intervention of ICICI Bank and with the help of the corporate, we can make the payment on behalf of the corporate on the day 1 itself. So we make the payment on the day 1 itself, and the corporate is going to make the payments to me maybe after 30 days, 90 days, or 60 days, whatever the terms we decided with the corporate. What is the advantage with the vendor is that he is going to get his money on the day 1 itself, and which is going to be huge relief, because I know some of the manufacturers who have been supplying to some large companies, they will have to wait for a lot of time in order to realize their payments. And so this is a huge relief to SME, to a small manufacturer who in turn is supplying to a large corporate. So what we do is that we give a program to the corporate. We also list all those vendors, and we have a particular limit for the vendors, which is generally decided by the kind of a supplies on yearly basis you are doing to the corporate. This is the financing against receivable. This is a typical structure which we call it factoring. The insurance company generally also comes into the picture. It's a typical product which may or may not be in the domain of SME. Since we are a technology bank, I will just take a cue from the bill discounting, vendor bill discounting facility. What happens is that whenever you are raising a bill or you are drawing a bill on the corporate accepts it and we discount the bill. And those bills are nothing but we call it vendor bill discounting bills. Lot of paper flows in between here and there, and that might result into delay of 3-4 days in terms of realizing the money. So in effect, that might not be the day 1 payment. So just in order to ensure that you get the day 1 payment, what we have developed is financial supply chain management, which is nothing but a technology platform which we give to the corporate, wherein without the corporate themselves can generate the bill of exchanges,
and we will discount it. And all the records and other things has to be kept with the corporate. There is no need to send the entire file to us for every bill, which our people will go into and then discount it. We have simplified the process. We have simplified the process to the extent that we do not touch any paper and everything is done on the web itself. So we can cover, in this particular model, we can cover the vendor financing, we can cover the dealer financing, and this is very technical, but I understand this is what we have been doing very successfully. Okay. Now, this is one product we talked about. We say that Empower, that is secured lending product, very key product for the SME segment in particular. What we have realized after our whole experience in the SME vertical is that that these balance sheets, SME balance sheets, are typically small balance sheets, and obviously those are the balance sheets. Yeah, एक second.
Shall I start? So since there was a break, I'll have to resume it again. And for the benefit, because I'm assuming that some of the part which I have just said might have been missed by some of you because of the technology. I'm just caring to repeat it. We're talking about the secured lending product, which is wherein we are taking a specific comfort on the properties which have been created by the individual promoters or the companies over a period of time. The primary reason is that most of the SME balance sheets are not very good balance sheets, and taking a standalone call on these balance sheets could be very misleading. So that is how we have developed this product. There are several loans which are available in the market from the various banks, including ICICI Bank and various NBFCs, which we call it LAP, loan against property. Loan against property is a particular loan where 60% of the value of the property, the loan is extended to the individual or to a company, which wherein that has to be paid over a period of 5, 6, 10 years, whatever be the tenor. But there's a pitfall in this. If we use this money, if you use this money in the balance sheet, what happens is these term loans, which are long term in nature, generally get used for the working capital purpose, which has to have a installment based kind of a repayment. Long term fund getting used for the short term purpose somehow puts a lot of stress on the balance sheet, and the ratios also go for a toss. And since there are repayment obligations and all, most of the SMEs somehow do not like the project. Since they did not have the choice, they have been going for it. So what ICICI Bank, and particularly in this product team, which has launched this secured lending product, understood that on the basis of the mortgage, on the basis of the collateral which we are getting, we should be giving the working capital facility to the client. Since working capital facility would not have any kind of repayment obligation, the money can very well be used for the working capital purpose. So when I say working capital, I am not saying only OD facility or fund-based facility. This product also gives the other facilities which are non-fund-based in nature. So bank guarantee, Forex, LCs, all the even the term loans and all, project loan and all are available under this program. So this is a very, very different product from the loan against property. Moreover, what we can do is that if the properties are of the nature of residential and commercial, then we can go to the extent of 100% of financing on the value of the property. The property has to be indeed mortgaged with us, with LAP, which is which ranges between 65 to 70% of the collateral value, they can extend the loan. Whereas my facilities are working capital facility, which covers fund-based facilities, non-fund-based facilities, and term loan also. LAP is typically a kind of a term loan, which somehow is not very, very suitable for the working capital purpose. So I'm going to elaborate on it, because what we understand is there is a huge mortgage market which is available, and somehow that market does not have the right kind of a product with them. So this is one gap which is being taken care of by the secured lending product program by ICICI Bank. So if I have to talk about the features, it caters to the funding requirement of the small medium enterprises who have the access to immovable property,
such customer may not fulfill the financial target as prescribed under the other programs. Collateral cover, it depends upon the exposure and the priority sector classification. So now I'm saying priority sector. Priority sector is the RBI guidelines on where a typical bank should be lending. Some of the sectors have been classified as priority sector. So like lending to the farmer, lending to the agri-processing companies, lending to small and medium enterprises. So please understand, you take care of lending to the weaker section, and so on and so forth. So everybody of you who is listening to me, please understand your rights. Please understand whether you fall in the priority sector or not, because these banks do have an obligation to lend towards the priority sector. And if you are falling in that particular category, and if you are a good credit, then I can assure you that your rates are going to be much better than the rates or the pricing which others are getting. So I will urge everybody to know their status in terms of priority sector. Generally, if you are manufacturing, trading, or services, there are typical guidelines which have been issued. You can always refer to it and know your status on that. So collaterals we can take in the form of residential, commercial, industrial property, and approved debt mutual funds. So a lot of you must have invested in the debt funds also. We can take that as a collateral. We take residential, commercial, and industrial properties. Obviously, the industrial property we do not value the same as the residential and commercial, but we also take that. We do create the security upfront. We do takeovers. We give additional facility. What is good about this product is that we do not, let's say, even if you have a banking facility which is going on right now and you do not want to disturb that setup, I can still lend you money without seeking charge on the current asset. That is typically called pari passu in the banking parlance. So without pari passu, I'm giving you this facility on the basis of your collateral, which is a very, very unique selling proposition as far as this product goes. The maximum we can lend is up to 30 crore rupees per group, per individual company, and we can go to the extent of 75 crore rupees in a particular group. The products which we offer is fund-based facilities, OD facilities, term loans, non-fund-based facilities like bank guarantee, letter of credit, derivative facilities, so on and so forth. We fund to the sole proprietor and partnership companies. We also fund it to the private limited companies, and we also fund it to the trust. But obviously the bylaws should say that they should be allowed to take the borrowing, and the property should not be in the name of trust. The property should be in the name of individuals. And these are the typical target market norms. Most of it is deviatable except for turnovers and the adjusted total net worth. So if you are having a minimum turnover of 5 crore rupees and having a capital of almost 50 lakh rupees over there, I understand we can fund it to you, because other parameters, they are all deviatable, but these are the two things which have to be in place. One is vintage, minimum 2 years of vintage, turnover of 5 crore rupees, and the capital of 50 lakh rupees in the business. If you have this and you have a good collateral, please, we can fund you. So these are this is typical banking loan, and though it is under a program, and it is a lot lenient program, but it is going to be a typical banking facility, and this is going to help you a lot. These are some of the sectors which we do not do in the in this particular program, and I think that I need to put it over here for the reason For the reason there can be a lot of questions on that which kind of a company can be funded or cannot be funded. Like, we do not do builders and developers, we do not do security services, real estate agents, placement agencies, film-related companies, video parlors, detective agencies, kit fund, nidhi fund, petrol pumps, NBFC, labor contractors, manpower agencies, companies having a capital market exposure, which are trading into shares and securities, speculative business like lottery and gambling, which anybody would not, no banker is going to come forward and fund. And then you have obviously the diamond is something, cut and polished diamond companies. But I understand these are the companies who solely into the diamond is something which is a negative list for us. But yes, we have a lot of jewelers whom we are funding. Because later on in the products, I will also be talking about the gold loan. So jewelry is on, but obviously if even a jeweler do transact in diamonds, but a company which is only in diamonds is negative for us. The other product I am going to talk about is the commodity-based finance. I understand that we are an agriculture economy. Agriculture plays a very, very major role in the country. Not having a good monsoon or having an erratic monsoon, or we're seeing the repercussion of that happening in India and on the government right now, because they are having some unseasonal rainfall. So India, being primarily an agriculture country, agriculture-driven economy, I think this is very, very pertinent to talk about the commodity-based financing. To give you a overview on this, that we have almost 5 lakh villages and a population of less than, under the RBI definition, obviously the rural is population of less than 10,000 people in a village. Semi-urban is 10,000 and above, less than 1 lakh. Urban is 1 lakh and less than 10 lakhs. And metropolitan this is a typical definition of rural, semi-urban, urban, and metropolitan. But what we know our country as, that almost 70% of us are living in the rural areas. And GDP contribution in terms of these guys, in terms of agriculture and various allied agriculture activities, and the way this is a segment which have also migrated to the metros and other areas. This particular sector contributes almost 47% of the GDP. So when I'm talking about rural India, there are a lot of allied activities, allied agriculture activities, and many of you who would be hearing me would be involved in these kind of activities, like when you say farming, aquaculture, fish farming, shrimp farming, dairy farming, poultry farming, horticulture. There are businesses like you can be a shopkeeper, processor, artiya, money lender, carpentry, pottery making. So this is, and all this, what I understand, a lot of handicraft and other things are generally linked to these villages, and a lot of agri-produce is also happening, and a lot of processing and the agriculture allied activities are also happening over here. So generally these are the financial need in terms of a requirement, whether it is term loan or working capital. So we know that for irrigation, we need loans. For equipment and other things, we would be needing loans. So these are basically, it's nothing but it's a chart wherein we know that these are the areas wherein the term loan or the working capital requirement would be there. So commodity, just in order to give you an overview, what is commodity-based funding? The facility extended against the pledge, lien, hypothecation of the commodities. We all know that
when there are situations where the farmer has to do the distress selling, whether it is wheat, whether it is potato, vegetables, cereal crop. What happens is that since he does not have the capacity to hold the product, he gets into the distress sale. So I'm actually in this particular session, I would not be talking about the farmer. I will be I'll be talking about the small businesses which are linked to the farmer, which are linked to the agri produce. So commodity is nothing but what the bank would do is bank would pledge, keep the material in pledge with us in an appropriate place or a designated warehouse, and we're going to give you the money in lieu of that. And whenever you have to release it, you can make the part payments to us and release the material. So where I was coming from, I was coming that we see a lot of volatility and fluctuation in the commodity pricing. So tur dal, it is 120 rupees per kg. Maybe there are farmers who are still selling at 50 rupees per kg. So potato, we are paying 30 rupees per kg, but the farmer is selling at 1 rupee per kg. Or the trader in between is also losing the money, or losing the crop, or if he does not have the wherewithal, he does not have enough money, he cannot hold the material. He cannot hold the material and get the proper price for his produce or proper price for his product. So there are commodities, or these commodities are generally stored in warehouses. They can be government or the private one. Loans are generally granted for a loan period of 3 to 12 months. Sorry, the funding is allowed to all cereals, pulses, grains, and various other products like mentha, which is an agri product and all. The mainly targeted around agri mandis and processors, and we can go to the extent of 30-40 crore rupees of funding in this. So this is. So my target segment, don't look above, look down. This is SME. We're talking about the product I'm talking about is warehouse owners, agri processors, and the retail traders. So for them, the product is like a short-term loan against pledge and hypothecation of the commodities. I'm going to give them a short-term loan. The typical borrower segments are the mandi agents, traders, agri-processor companies, and the trading houses. Warehouses where this material can be kept is the central and state warehouses and the cluster of the private warehouses. The funding can be from 50% to 75% on the market value of the commodity. So that means somebody who has got, let's say for example, who has got 10 crore rupees of wheat, we may be only funding 8.5 crore rupees or maybe 7.5 crore rupees on that. Rest 25% has to be brought in by him. We will keep the material with us. Obviously, there would be margin calls if there are large fluctuation in terms of the pricing market value of the commodity, and he can make us the payment and release the goods and the commodities. So this way he has got a holding capacity on his commodity. If he's seeing that future growth in the pricing, if he sees that there can be a demand situation where he can realize a better pricing, he might as well go for this product. And this is a very popular product all across the country, especially Punjab, Haryana, and a lot of agrarian belt where a lot of RTRs, lot of warehouses, lot of agri traders, agri processing companies have been making use of this product. So the security which we are taking is only the commodities stocked in the designated warehouse. Obviously, one has to serve the interest, but this is the repayment model is the bullet repayment after the end of the tenor along with the interest. So the interest and the repayments can happen at the time of the last payment or the bullet repayment after the tenor is getting over. So we have obviously we have collateral managers. These are the third-party agencies because we do not deal in the warehouses and the keeping of the material. Generally, the responsibility of holding the material, having the quality check, ensuring the right kind of a warehouse, where should it be kept. All this is with the collateral manager. And the warehouses which are covered are the State Warehousing Corporation, Central Warehousing Corporation, all the licensed, unlicensed, NCDX, MCX, accredited warehouses, WDRA accredited warehouses. Everything is acceptable to us. So this is something. What happens is the retail warehousing receipt finance. We have also been financing the WRF. Wherein this WRF is given to us and we do the financing on that. Generally, these are non-individuals. They are proprietor companies, partnership, or the private limited companies. We have a limit of 3 crore rupees over there, and proof of dealing in the commodities are required, and that is in the form of the warehousing receipt. And there are limits according to the program. Wherein 50% of the last year consumption by the processor, or the 50% of the procurement purchases for the traders, or 50% of the average of last 2 years consumption. This is ways and means to arrive at a particular level of funding on these companies, on these firms. This is the way, and we finance those warehouse receipts. And typical customer of ours would be the seed sellers, traders, mandi agents, commission agents, and the wholesale traders. So I understand is a lot of our customers are based in the mandis, and it's not only the farmers who are important to the economy, but also the mediators, intermediaries who are keeping the material, stocking the material, and who are further selling it. The agri processing segment, because what we understand is that all these crops are either just it's kind of a one-time harvest kind of a climb. So in order to have the price advantage, a lot of agri processing companies have been stocking a lot of material in the harvest period or the glut period where the prices are bottom, and then they make the profits when there is demand in the non-harvesting time. See, the last product which we are going to talk about is the gold metal loan. This is a particular product which is directed towards our jeweler brothers, and who are actually dominating the streets of India. Wherever you go, you will find a jewelry shop, and a lot of clientele, a lot of local people, and every household is connected with some jeweler or other jeweler. And this is one segment. We, ICICI Bank in particular, have decided to have a product for. And yes, not many jewelers are available. They are not aware about this gold metal loan product. Though we have been doing an aggressive selling on this, we are creating the awareness program, and this is indeed a very good product in terms of hedging against the gold loans, because there was a time when we have been seeing a large upswing in terms of gold prices. We have also seen the reverse of it. So any business which does not take this product or does not have a right kind of a hedging mechanism can be difficult on the business. So this product is basically, I will give you a snapshot of this product. This is a typical process wherein jewelry manufacturer borrows gold from ICICI Bank. So our ICICI Bank is an authorized dealer. We can deal in gold as per the RBI guidelines. We will provide the jeweler brothers with the gold loan.
What we do is, where from we get it from the international bullion supplier. So internationally we buy the gold, we stock it with us, we stock it in our vaults and chests at various distribution points, and we ensure that it is delivered as per the requirement of the jewelers or the local demand. What the jeweler is going to do with that? He is going to produce the final product and repay the loan to us on maturity to ICICI Bank. And ICICI Bank in turn is going to give it back to the international bullion supplier. So, if typically saying it is actually transacting, the whole transaction is in the gold, where I am buying the gold from the international bullion supplier, giving the gold to you, you are giving gold back to me, and and obviously the form is changing in between because you are also paying me the money, but I am converting it in the gold and giving it to international bullion supplier back. Borrowing cost here typically is generally very, very competitive against the loan or overdraft facility which is given by the bank. So these are the typical features of the gold loan project, gold metal loan. The tenor of the gold loan should not exceed 180 days. So I can give you this money for 180 days, wherein you can manufacture it, you can sell it off, and you can realize the money. And this 180 days is an RBI guideline. We have to go by that only. So we can have two things where the predetermined fixed repayment date can be there, and we can also have a flexi plan where the repayment of loan anytime during the tenor of the loan can also happen. The lending rate should be linked to the international gold interest rate. The gold borrowing will be subject to the normal reserve requirement. The loan will be subject to capital adequacy and other prudential requirements. This is all on us. And the bank should ensure end use of the gold loan to the jewelry manufacturer and adhere to KYC guidelines. In effect, I am saying that I can give the gold loan only to the manufacturer of the jewelry and not to the bullion traders who are operating in the market. Obviously, this is a credit-backed facility. What happens is either I can give this gold against FD, SDLC, bank guarantee, which is given by the other bank, or I can also give a credit facility to a client wherein he can avail the gold loan, which will be nothing but the sublimit of OD facility. So this is the typical process wherein the gold is given. But one thing which is very important is that the pricing of the gold metal loan should be done within 180 days from the date of drawdown. So when you are taking the gold from us, because I am going to give you the physical gold, you have this flexibility of repayment, you have the flexibility of deciding that what will be your price of the gold. So we all know that the gold price is always moving up and down internationally, and manufacturer would have this flexibility of deciding the rate. So if rate goes down, he can decide. Rate doesn't go down, remains at the same level. He's going to have 180 days to decide upon the pricing. The pricing of that deal will be applicable. And if you do not go for the price decision within the stipulated time, that is within 180 days, then it is going to crystallize on the maturity date that the rates of the maturity is going to be applicable in terms of making the payment to us. So what is typically the cost which are involved, and I understand all of you must be interested that how it is cheaper than the OD rates. So generally what happens is these are the components of the cost basically. Lease rate, borrowing cost, storage and delivery cost, premium cost, forward cover on the gold and USR and INR forwards, custom duty, VAT and other things. But in spite of putting all these costs, we have been able to. This is a very competitive product, wherein obviously nobody does it. Whenever somebody is taking a gold loan, he doesn't go for the price discovery or the price decisioning on the day one itself. He's going to do it maybe after 3 or 4 months, unless and until the rates have drastically come down. So that way, he is going to reduce on the hedging cost. Number one, the gold hedging is very nominal, so it doesn't affect the pricing. But yes, the dollar has to be hedged. But the longer he delays it, it is going to be helpful to him. And whenever he is picking up the gold, what I understand is that he also has a customer in his mind. So either the customer, whenever the customer is deciding on the pricing, or whenever he is picking up the material, the rates of that day can be frozen by the manufacturer. So he actually knows the rate at which he is selling the material. On that date itself, he can also fix up the pricing. So he can very well manage it and manage his pricing. So if I have to say that these gold loans are typically available in a cost wherein it can range from 4 to 6% against the OD cost of 12 to 13%. So I thank you very much for being patient with me. I understand it is almost 1.5 hours I have been speaking, and I just hope that many of you would have understood me. But I understand the ICICI endeavor or the kind of products which we have, I would not have been able to cover in this limited session. You can always ask the particular questions to me, and I will be very happy to reply to it. And if I am not able to reply you the particular question in this particular forum, I can assure you that I will be able to come back to you directly on that, and giving you the specific information, specific help, whether it is your requirement or a specific information or a requirement of your friend. We will be very happy to reply you on that, and also take it forward in terms of delivering it. So over to Mr. Amit Kumar.
Now the session is open for the question and